Okay, new Path of Exile 2 content is coming out called Dawn of the Hunt. I think it's the first league we're ever getting for Path of Exile 2. It's in the beta. I haven't watched this yet. This is the full content reveal from like 3 days ago. I've been slow to catch up. So I'm going to react to this. If I can resist pausing, I'll break it down at the end, but I'll probably pause and talk about things because it's a video, not a live stream. Go.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
I haven't seen anything for this yet.
GGG Live.
I'm pretty blind.
Well, it's been a little over 3 months since we launched Early Access.
I know there's
so
spears. That's about it.
First major content update.
Oh,
Today,
specters. I've heard spears and specters are coming.
Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt, which launches on April 4th. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream.
April
So make
4th?
sure you follow the
That's in
instructions
3 days.
to claim your Executioner's
God.
Guillotine finisher effect. Now in today's stream, we're going to take you on a deep dive into the new Dawn of the Hunt update.
Okay.
We'll cover a new class, 5 new
Hope
ascendancy
I'm not in the
classes,
way of anything.
and huge expansions on character systems like unique items and support gems. After that, it's
Support
on to the
gems? Good.
in-game improvements, including changes
I have to remember this is
systems,
PoE
a
2,
bunch of
not
new
PoE
encounters,
1.
and lots of other content.
So any
We're
good
gonna finish
basic
up today
content
with a
is
live
amazing.
Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask Path of Exile 2's game directors, myself and Mark, your questions from Twitch chat. Now we have a lot to cover today, so let's get started with a trailer for Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt.
Trailer. Trailer for an
As Mary,
update in a beta.
guided by the spirit.
Love that.
It provides prey, shelter, even
Prey.
love. But for me, one day, all that were changed.
Eerie?
The spirit.
Is that
It showed me
Wildwood
something.
stuff?
Something
Or is that a Fae?
forbidden. And to defend all I loved,
Was it a skill gem?
I lost everything that day.
I love it when they try to make the game make
The
sense.
fate weren't finished with me yet. I'll right the wrongs I've done. I'll do what I must, no matter the cost. I
free
will
spear.
hear the spirit once more.
Good. Oh shit, that looked nice. What was that? Oh. Okay. Ooh, okay, that was big AoE. Mount? What? Is this class specific? Maybe only she gets that. 25 new active skills. Asmiri Wisps? Oh, is that the new content? Oh god, Rogue Exiles. Oh no. Bosses in every zone. 100 support gems? Yes! And 100 uniques. Okay, cool. I saw Necromancer! I saw it! I can rewind. Fuck it. This is my show. There's a Necromancer! Look! Look! It's gonna appear right here. Look! Ah! Fucking finally. At least I hope that is. Hang on. There's no way that's not. Javazon, whatever this is. Maybe that's getting reworked. Okay. Okay, okay. I hope they talk about that. Oh, disgusting. What the fuck is that doing there? No. Why? Bug? Hey, Bug. That was the beetle. What's happening with the beetle? Okay, this is fun. They're doing so well with all this. April 4th.
Now,
It's
as
like
you can
Thursday
see,
for me.
in Dawn
That's
of the Hunt,
weird.
we're introducing the first new class since early access to PoE 2. The Huntress. The Huntress is
that
a
the only new
spear-wielding
one?
as Mary warrior. Born into a society with strict traditions, she was exiled from her homeland after using the power of a skill gem to defend her village.
Called it.
As a dexterous spear user, she specializes in both melee and ranged combat, dashing into and out of battle.
Melee?
Spears have extended range and a short dash, but unlike other melee weapons, you can also throw them.
Infinitely.
In order to make a hybrid ranged
They
and
got
melee
loyalty.
character work, we had to do a lot of thinking about ways to make it fun to both enter and
looks nice.
exit melee range. The first skill
Fire
you get as a
spears.
Huntress is Whirling Slash. As well as striking in a circle around you, this skill creates a whirlwind that blinds your enemies. Leaving the whirlwind will make it explode. The more Whirling Slash is used, the bigger
Good.
the whirlwind, and the bigger the explosion.
Okay.
Once you're out of there, you'll want to follow up with something ranged. Whip your spear around to shoot twisters towards your
Ooh.
foes. These twisters bounce off walls and can hit enemies multiple times.
It's like Spark. Oh.
You can also throw twisters inside
Wind
a whirlwind
spark.
to shoot out extra tornadoes
Oh.
that do way more damage.
Melee Spark. Ooh, okay.
In her offhand, the Huntress will usually want to hold a
Parry.
buckler, which allows you to do a new skill, Parry. While holding down Parry, your character will counterattack any
Oh
incoming
god.
attack from monsters near
Actually
you, stunning them.
parry?
In addition, the monsters will take extra attack damage from your follow-up strike.
Okay, okay,
Some specific
maybe.
skills are designed to be used after
No,
a parry
who are we
and
kidding?
extra effects. Disengage is a skill that does a quick jump back, damaging enemies in front of you, and it can be used to interrupt other actions, like dodge roll. If you use it against a parried enemy though, it causes an explosion and
Nice.
gives you a frenzy
Oh,
charge.
okay.
Just be careful. If you parry too much, you're going to get stunned and possibly killed. You can combine
Yeah.
this combo with Whirling Slash.
Yeah.
Slash, parry, disengage, and you'll get an explosion from the disengage and the Whirling Slash. The Huntress also has a variety
Okay,
of elemental
okay.
spear throw attacks.
It's just
You
lightning
could
arrow
use
with a
lightning spear
spear.
to bounce
Fuck
lightning
yeah.
between your foes.
Oh my god.
Or you could throw explosive spears into the ground. These spears
Oh.
take a while to detonate, but when they do, they'll incinerate anyone
Ooh.
caught in the blast.
Oh, I really like that.
All spear throws on the Huntress can also be empowered by frenzy charges. For example,
Oh.
explosive spears will do an even larger explosion
Oh.
and leave fire on the ground.
Oh,
these
fire
empowered
trap
versions can activate even
explosive
more
javelin.
combos. Using Whirling Slash over ground fire will suck it into the whirlwind, adding fire to the explosion. Using twisters inside a fire whirlwind will shoot out fire tornadoes
Oh
as
my
well.
god. Oh, they're
And you can do
cooking
similar
with this.
combos with ice
Oh,
and lightning too.
yeah, okay.
Now, a key aspect of hunting is exhausting your foes by causing blood loss.
We need to be more
This
thankful
skill
for
is
this.
Rake, which dashes
Rake.
towards your target and unleashes a deadly slash, opening up wounds on your enemy.
Good bleed? Okay,
Follow up with disengage and watch them bleed out as they run towards you.
cool. Alright.
On the health bar of monsters, you can see how much blood loss the enemy has experienced, and the Huntress has skills to take advantage of this. For example, using Blood Hunt will thrust forward and cause a bloody explosion. The more blood loss, the bigger the explosion. If you want to cause bigger
Cool.
bleeds, try out Rapid Assault. The final hit of this multi-hit combo will stick a spear into your enemy for a big bleed. Now, Explosive Spear and Rapid Assault both result in leaving spears behind, either in the ground or in enemies. But there are other skills that leave spears around too,
Like Impale.
Storm Lance,
Oh.
that leaves an electrical spear that arcs towards enemies.
Okay, well,
But
that's...
what can you do with all these spears? Detonate them, of course. Thunderous Leap will allow you to jump onto and explode any spears, either in the ground or in your enemies.
This is how they're treating every weapon type.
Now, as well as hunting animals, the
This is
Huntress also has
wild.
the ability to work with them.
Becoming Monster
While
Hunter.
fighting any beast, you have the ability to tame it.
That's
and use
actually
it
a
as
really...
companion.
That's not a bad
You
thing.
can only have one companion at a time, but it will keep
Sorry,
the mods that
what,
will as a
I
capability to work with
blanked
them.
out. What the fuck did that say?
Now, as well as hunting animals, the Huntress also has the ability to work with them. While fighting any beast, you have the ability to tame it and use it as a companion.
Any
You
beast?
can only have one companion at a time, but it will keep the mods that were on it. Try to find a rare beast with good mods to take full
You can
advantage
use
of your
rares?
ability to tame them.
Did it get auras? Fuck.
Now, this is just the beginning of the Huntress. We've really tried to make the hybrid ranged and
Oh
melee
my
gameplay
God,
work for this
okay.
class by having a huge amount of synergy between ranged and melee options. There are 22 new skills available for the Huntress. By endgame, you'll be slinging hundreds of insanely powerful spears.
Yes,
sending forth
there's
spirit
3
animals and
that are
summoning
not
light of
for the
Solaris
Huntress.
From the sky.
That is fucking
We still
cool.
haven't talked about
Oh my
ascendants
god,
classes
that's
yet.
good.
What can the Huntress ascend into? Well, the first
Oh, it's a
ascension
base
class you
class.
could choose
Oh,
is
okay.
the Ritualist. The ritualist has embraced the darker side of his merry traditions by
Oh.
harnessing the power of animal sacrifice and plague. The corrupted life force skill causes all enemies around you to grow volatile blood boils on their skin. When those enemies are slain, the boils will burst, spreading corrupted blood to all enemies around them. The
Ooh,
ritualist
corrupted
also
blood
excels in
prolif
taking
is
advantage of
nice.
magical trinkets.
+1
The
ring
unfurled
slot.
finger skill
Holy
allows you
shit.
to equip an additional ring on a finger around
That's
your neck.
new. That's fun.
Taking Mystic Attunement
I'm
increases the
blocking it.
bonuses of all the rings and amulets you have equipped. Now this is one of my favorites. As the Whispers Ask grants you a new skill, Ritual Sacrifice. Use the skill on the corpses of slain rare monsters to absorb the power in their blood, to give you one of their modifiers for a short time.
Manual Headhunter.
Specialize further into Ritualistic
Gross.
Sacrifice with As the Whispers Demand, which allows you to perform that skill on yourself instead of a corpse.
Wait,
Cut
what?
your own hand, sacrificing some of your
Wait,
own
what?
blood to empower yourself.
Ah, wait, what?
Sacrifice with As the Whispers Demand, which allows you to perform that skill on yourself instead of a corpse. Cut your own hand, sacrificing some of your own blood to empower yourself. The Amazon Ascension is for those
Grants
looking
a
to hunt more than
random
just
mod.
beasts. Trained
That's
as an elite guard to
fun.
the most important
That's
as merry
weird.
elders, the Amazon will use more traditional fighting techniques mastered to perfection. The Predatory Instinct skill will cause you to reveal weaknesses in the defenses of rare and unique enemies, causing you to deal more damage. You can see those weak spots represented on their life bars. While using Elemental Infusion, any
That-
charges
okay,
you
that doesn't
consume
make
will
sense.
infuse your weapon with elemental power, causing any projectile attacks to explode on impact.
What? What?
The Critical Strike skill is as simple as it
Wait,
sounds.
what?
It takes load on impact. You consume will infuse your weapon with elemental power, causing any projectile attacks to explode on impact.
Okay.
The Critical Strike skill is as simple as it sounds. It takes your excess accuracy and gives it to you as critical strike chance.
Holy shit.
Additionally, you
Okay.
have skills like Mystic Harvest, which allows your elemental damage to leech life, and as Merry Brew, to be able to use either flask to restore both life and mana. So those are the two new ascendancies for the Huntress. But those are not the only ascendancies.
Yeah, give me the fucking
Added
Necromancer.
a new ascension class for 3 of the other existing classes too.
Okay, good. Yep.
First up,
What's
for
this?
our warriors out there, we have the Smith of Katava.
Good name. Good
The
name.
warrior is a blacksmith in origin, taught by his father Renly. With this ascension, you
Baratheon.
can take your smithing skills to new heights by embracing power from the insatiable one himself, Kitava. Smiths of Katava are master blacksmiths and have the ability to forge their weapon, quite literally. Using the Against the Anvil notable skill, you can
Fuck, that's
enhance
cool.
your weapon with fiery destruction before any battle. After doing so, your attacks will release explosions on hit for maximum devastation.
What?
You can also use the power
Huh?
of Kitava to summon an animated copy of your weapon
Manifest
to fight
weapon?
alongside you.
Oh,
A great blacksmith
That's
can do more
nice.
than just forging their weapon, though. Their armor can be enhanced too.
there's gonna be
Now, you
uniques
might
for
think
that.
this ascendancy
Like
class
an
tree
anime
looks a
weapon
little
build.
abnormal,
What
and
the
you're
fuck?
right. There's a lot
Is
of
that for
notable
every
skills all disconnected at the bottom there.
Weapon type,
By
maybe?
taking this point here, which is free to assign, your character is unable to equip body armors with mods of any kind.
Oh.
So your body armor must be normal. Sounds like a downside, right? Except now in true blacksmith fashion,
Oh.
you get to craft your own body armor by taking those disconnected notables with your points.
What?
If you want your body armor to grant life, take this notable. If you want resistances,
Oh,
take
what?
this one.
Okay.
There's so many choices. Think of it like you're crafting your own body armor, just in a more literal sense.
How many points do you
Now, let's
get?
move on to those who
Yeah,
prefer the
okay.
reassuring feel of a crossbow in their hands.
What the
mercenary.
fuck? Okay.
Alongside
More
the
guns.
existing Ascension classes, the Gemling Legionnaire and the Witch Hunter, you can now play as the Tactician.
Oh,
The
okay.
Tactician is a former Blackguard elite. Free from the duties of a Blackguard, he is able to use his training to decimate the monsters of Rayclast and earn a healthy income doing so. This training comes in the form of various skills like Suppressing Fire, which causes all projectiles to pin enemies. When combined
All
with the
damage
right where you want
pins,
them
actually,
notable,
that's
your pin
not
not only stops
bad.
enemies from moving, but stops them from performing actions too, similar to freeze. With a soldier's training, the Tactician also works well cooperatively. Using the Whoever Pays Best notable, you can place multiple banners at once.
I'm not thrilled
The
by
Watch
this.
How We Do It skill gives a portion of your weapon's damage to your allies as well. But if that isn't enough, you can also command your army of off-screen archers to unleash hell and carpet an entire area with arrows. Finally, Witch players will be able to join their legions by becoming undead themselves.
Wait, what?
In Dawn of the Hunt, we're introducing the
Oh,
Lich Ascension
Lich.
class. The Lich is a master of chaos and curses.
This is
and
not
can
a
sacrifice her
necromancer.
life to enhance her energy shield.
Shit.
The crystalline phylactery skill allows you to nominate a jewel in which to contain part of your soul, massively increasing its power. There's
Oh my
just one
God.
downside to
Oh
splitting
my
your soul
God.
this way, though. If you have no energy shield, your mana costs will shoot up. The Necromantic Conduit skill causes you and allies in your presence to have unholy might, granting extra damage as chaos damage.
Okay.
Rupture the Soul makes enemies you curse explode with chaos damage when slain.
Profane Bloom,
Dominion
hello.
over Flesh allows you to apply an additional curse.
Oh, this is just the cultist. Okay.
It's safe to say you'll be the true master of the occult by choosing the Lich class.
Oh, I'm so sad we
So
get no
Dawn of
real
Hunt has the
Necromancer.
Huntress and 5 new Ascension
Oh
classes,
well, I'm playing
but
Spears.
it doesn't end
Okay.
there. Let's take a look at some of the new skills we've added.
Okay.
Now, you may remember we previously talked about the Raised Spectre skill.
Yes, it's overdue.
Finally complete, and it will be made available in the
Fuck.
upcoming expansion.
Okay.
It can be found in the occult skills on the skill gem crafting panel.
Amazing.
Raised Spectre is a skill
Ooh,
that allows
that looks
you to trap
nice.
the soul of almost any monster in the game,
The UI, finally.
which you can then summon in the skill panel.
Cool.
Spectres cost spirit and will revive automatically if they die, but the spirit cost varies based on the power of the monster. You could summon an army of weaker monsters, or a few of the more powerful monsters. You can
Okay,
combine them with
good.
your existing skeleton minions, or summon exclusively spectres. It's all up to you and how you want to customize your army of the undead.
Okay, this is a good, just extra layer
There are
for minion
hundreds upon
builds,
hundreds
which
of monster
I
variants in
desperately
Path of
need.
Exile 2. It's safe to say you'll be experimenting with this one for a while.
If we get Animate
Look forward to
Guardian
seeing which
soon,
monsters
it's
serve you best.
all good.
Now let's move on to our next skill. Since
Skill?
we've been talking about summoning undead so much, let's have a change of pace and summon something a little more alive.
A
In Dawn
mount?
of the Hunt, we're adding the Summon Rower skill.
Rower. Actual
Summon
mount,
your
okay.
friendly rower to aid you in combat as a minion. You can also
Oh,
mount your rower
horseback.
in combat at any time, allowing you to move at full speed even while shooting arrows or throwing spears.
What's that indicator?
Be wary though, if you take too much damage while riding your mount, you can be knocked off and get overwhelmed. It's worth keeping an eye on your stagger
Doesn't
bar,
look
as
much
falling off the mount can be
faster.
almost certain death.
That,
On the topic of new ways to enhance your character, let's talk about support gems.
what's that for?
Support gems are used to modify your skill gems in meaningful and interesting ways.
Correct.
Currently, we feel that a lot of builds have insufficient options here. To
Correct.
alleviate this,
Okay,
we're adding over
good.
100 new support gems.
Okay.
Hema crystals will enable a new kind of bleed build, turning the damage over time you would have done into explosive Vile crystals.
Ooh.
Alignment is a support gem for bow attacks, which can reward skilled players with good positional skills. Caltrops will allow you to litter the battlefield
read
with
that.
hazards, slowing your foes as you fling spears through their ranks.
That's cute. Like
There's
D3.
plenty more for every playstyle, such
Ah,
as
good list.
enormity, unsteady tempo,
Minion size, life, and damage. What was that?
playstyle, such as enormity,
More damage, more life, increased size. No
unsteady
downside.
style, such as enormity.
Good. Wait, there are no
Unsteady
downsides
tempo.
anymore. Well, kinda. There are sometimes.
Profa-
What is that? Yeah, cycle through very fast. Inflicting hobble on you. What?
profanity,
Let's watch your profanity.
retaliate,
Oh,
syzygy.
cool.
Yep, that's a real word.
Syzygy. Crushing
And
blows,
many more.
armor break.
Now, we've talked
Yes,
about a
that's a
new
real
class,
word. Wow.
New ascendancy classes, new skills, and new support gems. But let's not forget about the core of a true action RPG.
Oh, we're actually
the
going to talk about
items.
uniques?
To start with, let's talk about uniques.
Okay.
We're adding
okay.
over 100 new unique items.
Cool.
This time, we've made sure to add uniques with a focus on mid and end-game tiers to make sure there are more exciting items to find for higher-level characters. Let's look at
Good.
some examples.
Good.
Embrace your inner devil with
Chernobog's.
Chernobog's Pillar. It grants you a large amount of
Ooh.
fire damage based on your block chance.
Wow.
The Coming Calamity allows you
Oh.
to become a true master of the elements, granting you all 3 elemental herald skills without
Wow.
costing any spirit. At the same time, it
Oh my
analyzes
God.
enemy resistances. Waste Gate
that's
is a
fucking
belt
cool.
useful for builds using a single resource like Blood Magic or Archmage builds. With this belt, you can use 2 life flasks or 2 mana flasks. It's up to you. Now, we could go through these all day, but
Oh,
we'll leave
fractal
most of them for
thoughts.
you to discover. Suffice to say,
Uh,
though, We want there to be way more
What
cool
the
things to
thrill
find.
steal? What the fuck is that?
Over time, our goal is to add a unique to every single base item type at a minimum, so that you can chance any base in the game. Now, given that we have the Huntress, we have a set of unique spears from early game all the way through the end game as
Oh,
well.
fuck yeah.
One
Good.
example is Scyther's Spear, which combines bleed and fire in a powerful way.
That looks
It allows
fucking
your Ignite to
sick.
be aggravated, dealing substantially more damage. We're
I think you
also
mean bleeding
introducing a suite
aggravated,
of
but
unique bucklers
okay.
with some interesting parry mechanics.
I'm not
Algyra's Arc,
gonna
for
parry
example,
shit.
allows you to parry projectiles from any distance. And we're also adding our first unique charms.
Charm.
Bayra's Anguish will not only protect you from
Oh,
Ignite,
unique charms. Oh,
but will
cool.
also emit a devastating fire nova whenever you do get ignited. In sum, there's just a ton of new uniques to find.
Also a good
Can't
visual
wait to see
indicator
the
for
weird
getting
and broken
ignited.
builds that come out of it. Now we also want to talk about crafting options. In each major update during
Anything new
early
there?
access, we'll be continuing to add and improve the options here.
Nope.
We have various new crafting tools that have been added as rewards to many of the different types of new content that we're adding. But
Oh.
for now, I just want to mention the changes to runes.
Oh, tell us more. What
Runes
the fuck?
add commonly available mods.
Oh.
But since they only have one tier, flat damage mods tend to get outclassed by
Rune
in-game. So
tiers.
we've changed runes to have multiple tiers, allowing you to get higher tier mods than before.
That
Our plan
sucks.
is to
That's a
significantly
2%
expand
increase.
The number of more specialized mods for crafting using socketables as we add new content over time.
Yeah, that's not
and the first
enough.
new set of those comes from what we're talking about next.
Oh.
In Dawn of the Hunt, we're adding Asmarian Wisps, which can be found throughout
Oh,
both
Wildwood
the campaign
Wisps.
and
Cool.
the endgame. The Asmari
So this is the
spirit
league
has made itself
content.
present in Rayclast, and it appears to be trying to warn, or maybe prepare us for the coming darkness.
That's what
We'll first
Einhard warned us
encounter a
about.
manifestation of it in the Grellwood in Act 1, where you'll meet Delwyn, and his Mary Hunter, who is trying to find out what exactly is causing the spirit to behave
Okay,
this way.
beginning of Act 1. That's nice.
As you approach the wisp, it will flee, leading you past monsters.
Hey, ghost
Any
touched.
monsters it comes into contact with are infused by it, making them more powerful. Each spirit is associated
And they got
with a specific
the wildwood
revered animal
juice in them.
Asmari culture. This one is a wisp of the Great Bear, and grants enemies extra life and stun. The wisp moves
Okay.
faster the closer you are, and as you move away, they slow down to wait for you. But if you get too far away for too long, they'll dissipate and return to the woods.
Oh.
As you continue to chase the wisp, it will find and possess a
Okay,
rare
so-
or unique monster, granting it a new powerful ability. Because this was a wisp of the Great Bear, this monster now also has increased
Oh,
life and
okay.
stun.
Oh,
On top
so
of
it.
that, it will periodically summon a large
It's
spectral
Torment.
bear that slams with wild fury.
Like
If you're able to
replaces
defeat this foe,
Torment
you will be
and
rewarded.
Wildwood
For
Wisps.
each monster that was infused and killed along the way,
That's
the
kind of
rewards
nice,
will be
actually, and
increased.
it's really
Each
pretty.
wisp has its own mechanics. The Wisp of the Winter Owl is a primal wisp that causes enemies to deal extra cold damage.
But
get
we're
an
using
energy
the
shield,
same kind of
and release
language.
wind vortices on death. When infusing
Oh,
a monster,
God.
they will call down large tornadoes to protect their host.
It's really
Wisp of
pretty.
the Wild Cat is a vivid wisp that causes affected monsters to deal more critical strikes and become more evasive. When it infuses a monster, it will summon a barrage of feline spirits that will attempt to tear you limb from limb. If you're lucky, you may even find sacred wisps.
Oh, there's a
that can
fourth
do some
color.
pretty crazy things to the monsters they
Oh,
influence.
okay.
Like the Wisp of the Cunning Fox, which turns normal
Oh,
monsters into
maybe
magics,
more than 4.
magic monsters into rares, and rare monsters into actual bosses.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Asmarian Wisps can drop a
Oh
new set
God,
of socketable
talismans.
items that allow you to craft a wide range of interesting new mods onto your items. Each one may only
Wait,
be
what?
used on a specific item.
Oh,
As
it's mini
mentioned,
essences.
The Asmarian Wisps can be
Oh my
encountered throughout
god, the
game.
inventory space that's gonna take up.
As meant onto your items.
Guys, what the fuck?
Each of socketable items that allow you to craft
Oh, this just replaces runes. Yeah, okay, it goes in rune sockets. Still,
a wide
What the
range of
fuck?
interesting new mods onto your items. Each one may only be used on a specific item slot. As mentioned, the Asmarian Wisps can be
God.
encountered throughout the game.
what's with that
There's
arrow?
also a new endgame map called the Asmari Ranges, a mountain village where the
New
Asmari
endgame
once lived,
map?
now overrun with corrupt monsters. This map always has multiple Asmarian Wisps in it, and familiar, yet not quite the same boss fight.
What?
Asmarian Wisps can also be further modified
Wait,
by the endgame Atlas tree
what?
as well, and by tablets. But I'm not going to, well,
Oh, hang on, I don't
multiple
understand.
as mentioned, the Asmarian
Where's this come from? Is this free to access always?
Wisps can be encountered throughout the game, but there's also a new endgame map called the
Oh, a map. Map? Is it a unique map?
Asmari Ranges, a mountain village where the Ismeri once lived, now overrun with corrupt monsters. This map always has multiple Ismerian wisps in it, and familiar, yet not
How the fuck do we get that map?
quite
Okay,
the same boss
need to know
fight.
more about that.
Ismerian wisps can also be further modified by the endgame atlas tree as well, and by tablets. But I'm not going to be the one talking about
Wait,
those
what?
things.
Oh,
In
okay.
order to cover all the new content in in-game, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Okay,
Hi,
good. Hi.
I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. There's a ton to talk about with the endgame today, so let's dig right in. Path of
Okay.
Exile 2's early access began
Alright.
with a brand new endgame, and it was clear that it needed a lot of work.
Yep, still does.
After absorbing your feedback, we're ready to make some epic changes. The
Good.
first thing is,
Break some
we
things.
just need a lot more content.
Oh,
In Dawn of
Good.
the Hunt, we have made sure to focus on increasing the sheer number of interesting and different encounters you will randomly stumble into as you explore the endgame. And the second goal is to smoothen the progression through maps and reduce the amount of annoying busy work. To start
okay.
with, let's talk about the new interesting
I like
stuff
your
to
words,
find.
Magic Man.
Well, the most obvious thing to add are new maps.
Good. New layouts.
As well
Good
as
layouts,
the Esmeri
please.
ranges that Jonathan mentioned earlier, Dawn of the Hunt also contains 7 other new maps.
Was that the Wildwood
all
itself
with their own custom encounters.
as a map?
Let's start with this one.
The Feral Megaliths map starts off in the wild Izomite forests.
What?
As you progress through the forest, you will
Do
find
these-
mysterious rune-carved
These
stones
maps have
that,
mechanics?
when touched, surge with energy.
Are these
After
regular
activating
maps
all
or
the
unique
stones, You can
maps?
find a grand hint.
Wait, what the fuck
All
is
the
happening?
energy
Are
is
these
coalescing.
regular maps?
You can then start an encounter. The area darkens, a storm moves in, and a concentration of energy
often are we gonna
summons a
see
dangerous
these?
boss. You must fight and defeat the boss to get its rewards. Once you have defeated it, summon another.
What biome is
and
it in?
another, and another,
Wait, what?
and another. You have 10 total waves of boss fights which get incrementally more difficult. If you manage to defeat them, you get full boss rewards, but also opportunities to get new runes. These can only be obtained from this map.
Oh, there's a fourth tier
The
of rune.
Fractured Lake
Fuck.
contains a surreal waterscape
Oh,
with fractured mirror-like
shit.
objects. As you move around the map, the terrain itself elevates from below, creating
It looks
the
nice,
ground you walk on.
but it's
In this
triggering.
unique map, all the rare monsters are mirrored, so you're always fighting 2 of the same rare at the same time, which can prove quite difficult. If you manage to overcome that challenge
yeah.
and make it to the end of the map, you'll be presented with a broken mirror, a powerful altar-like object
That's
that
a big
contains an
mirror.
item within it. The
Oh
item
my
contained
god,
within is a
we're
new
adding
base
those
type, either
already?
an amulet or a ring that can be crafted to have additional prefixes or suffixes
Oh,
at the cost of the element.
fuck.
The last unique map we'll show today is one based around the essence mechanic. You enter a crystalline cavern, and you will
that's
find a
sick.
powerful map boss imprisoned in the center.
Fuck, that's
It
cool.
is surrounded by many rare monsters, also imprisoned in essences.
Ooh.
By freeing and defeating the rare monsters, the essence they held will be upgraded to a greater essence, and be added to the imprisoned map boss. How brave are you? How many essences will you add to the boss? Overdo
Okay,
it,
that's cool.
and you might lose everything.
This might be
Underdo it, and you
too...
might regret it.
Okay,
It's
no.
your choice.
There's gonna be too much content in this
Speaking
game
of essences,
very quickly.
Alongside visual improvements, you're now able to
Because how are we
apply
gonna
dialogues
remember
to corrupt
all
the
of these
essences
maps and
with a
all of their
range of
mechanics and all their
unpredictable
gimmicks?
outcomes.
But as I was
It
thinking
could
that, I
increase the
realized,
number of
oh,
essences,
no, we'll do it. We'll memorize it
reroll all
all.
the essences to the same type,
So no
or
remnants of
even
corruption.
upgrade the
That's
essences to
nice.
greater essences.
Just using Vile Orbs. That's good.
What if they're already greater essences?
That's a good sync.
Well, it can upgrade those too. We have 4 new corrupted essences.
Oh, good.
Essence of Hysteria, Delirium,
Insanity and then horror.
and Insanity.
Okay,
Each corrupted essence has its own interesting combat mechanics.
good. Just like
example,
OG
The
essences.
essence of insanity causes you to question even your own mind, as monsters split into shadowy clones, and you must locate the real one before a devastating icy explosion freezes everything around it.
Oh, I fucking hate
Each
that.
of these has
That's
their
gonna be
own
bad in the
crafting
map.
outcomes. The essence of insanity can be applied to a belt. It adds a mod that will ensure the next Vile Orb used on the belt will guarantee adding 2 enchantments.
Wait, what?
It's
Wait. Wait, that's insane. Oh, that's gonna be so fucking
It's
expensive.
worth noting, all the essences in the unique map can also be corrupted too. If you're willing to risk it, It's worth noting we have also added 10 extra Atlas passive points you can earn by completing 5 different unique maps.
Oh, cool.
Now, new maps are
Any
just the
uniques?
beginning. We had a goal where we wanted to make sure you were constantly finding exciting new content, and that it could be lurking around any corner. So, we have added a bunch of new things that you could stumble into in any map you run.
Oh god.
On your
Okay.
travels, you will sometimes
Fuck,
encounter
they look
rogue
cool.
exiles.
They're gonna
Others
kill
like
so
you
many
who have been
people.
exiled and are openly hostile. Some are malicious, some are mad, while others are simply fiends for loot. They will challenge you, a fight to the
PvP.
death.
Hell yeah.
They use the same skills available to players, and even the same items.
Oh,
They aren't
fuck.
just dressed up in those
Okay.
items, they're actually using them.
Oh
It's going
god.
to feel like a true player versus player situation.
Oh no. Shit.
Of course, if
Not
you are able
hardcore
to
viable.
slay these exiles, those items will all drop on the ground.
Wait,
So if you
excuse me?
encounter and slay these
Excuse me?
exiles, those items will situation. Of course, if you are able to slay these exiles, those items will all drop on the ground.
All
So
of
if
them?
you encounter an exile using a powerful or
Oh, it even
valuable
says what they're wearing. Oh shit.
unique item, which you can see displayed under their life
Gosh.
bar, you want to be damn sure you kill them. Because if they kill you and your party, they'll portal out taking their items with them. Every fight will feel completely different depending on the items they come equipped with. These
I
exiles
fucking
are
love
much
that.
smarter than your regular monster.
Oh,
They have capabilities to dodge roll, avoid your abilities with
this is
smart
gonna be a
pathfinding,
real skill issue
smart
for me.
targeting, and much more action-packed gameplay.
They have smart targeting.
Fortunately, they're like you, and they're not super durable.
Fuck you.
Unless, of course, they're wearing uniques like Helm's Heart.
Yeah, fuck
In
you.
which case, expect a longer battle.
Uh,
There are 12 different rogue exiles you can
oh
find.
god. Only
Each
12.
with their own
Okay.
skills and personalities. Some may insult you, while others may admire your honor in combat.
Oh, that's great.
Another encounter you might
Shit.
stumble onto in Dawn of the Hunt are one of 4 new unique strongboxes. Strongboxes
Please
are
buff
chests with
strongboxes more.
modifiers. When you try to open them, they activate traps and spawn waves of monsters that you must defeat to access the loot.
Stop
Let's take
having
a
it be
look at 2
waves.
of
Just
the new unique boxes that
have
are
it be the
harder to
old
find
summon them all.
and behave just a little bit differently.
Was that a box?
The Ogham's Legacy Strongbox has a corpse splayed out in front of the
Yeah, that was a
rune-carved
box.
stone. Upon interacting with the stone, you activate Forbidden Ezomite magic, which revives the
Oh.
monster as a powerful rare. The Strongbox comes with a modifier which determines how many times it will revive that rare. Each time you defeat the monstrosity, the Strongbox revives it again, adding an extra modifier to the monster. With
Oh.
each resurrection, it becomes more difficult, but also more rewarding.
So is this just 5 rares
This
with
strongbox is
one more
infused
mod
with
each
thaumaturgy
time?
from ancient file technology.
Sorry, guarded by
Each shell's
31
torment has a
packs.
powerful artifact inside, and is guarded by
Oh,
chaos
God.
itself. Defeating the monsters will grant you a unique item
You
with
nearly
a
died there.
specific corrupted outcome. You'll have to find the other 2 for yourself to see
Oh,
what
they
do.
turned that into a strongbox. Oh, that's lovely.
Now, let's talk
The
about
golden
the
beetle became a
introduction to the
box.
endgame.
That's cute.
Upon starting the endgame,
Oh?
Doriani tasks you with cleansing corruption
Getting
to help
lore?
restore the land. However,
legs.
in
Oh my God.
practice, the quest objective just sent you on a grind to clear 15 maps.
Yes.
We wanted to make the quest to unlock your Atlas passives much more interesting.
Okay.
Now, Doriani is tasking you with a more specific
Are
objective.
we literally cleansing?
On the Atlas, you will find areas of corruption caused by the beast. In the center of each one, you will find a corrupted nexus, the
Just more
source of the affliction.
Towers, citadels, things.
In the areas leading up to the nexus, you will notice that corruption spills out from slain enemies and amalgamates into powerful monsters.
Oh god, Beyond as well.
Corrupted maps existed on the
Oh,
Atlas before,
actual
but
Beyond.
we've done
Cool.
significant work on improving these monsters. We've also done a full pass on the modifiers on these maps to make them more interesting and more rewarding. Once you reach the nexus, you will have a new task.
Should
Cleanse the
feel
source of corruption.
pretty different.
When you defeat the last rare in those maps, they will spawn one of 3 terrifying bosses.
Oh.
Amalgamations of corruption itself. After defeating that boss, Doriani will come and cleanse the corruption for good. As the remains of the boss are purged of corruption, it coalesces into raw crystallized power, which you can use to gain points for your Atlas passive skill tree. The upgrade system that allows you to add and enhance content in your maps.
Okay.
We didn't
Weird.
stop there though.
Oh.
When you complete a corrupted nexus, all of the remaining surrounding corrupted maps will become cleansed maps. Cleansed
Oh,
maps also
you
have
ready?
new monsters,
Oh. I'm getting a
a
counterpart
new
to
boss,
corruption.
and their own set of modifiers and rewards.
What?
Including
Obelisks of
finding
cleansing.
fracturing orbs by slaying cleansed enemies.
Excuse you? Fracturing orbs?
These orbs
We're
can be
fracturing
used in
now?
crafting on a rare item to cause one of its modifiers to become fractured.
Wait, we're
A
getting...
fractured modifier
Okay, hang on. We're getting baby essences, fractures. Oh, shit. Hang on.
is one that cannot be modified by any means. You are able to freely modify
still got
the
no
item,
scours.
ensuring the fractured modifier will never change. If you get
But
the
we can
right
chaos
item
spam.
with the right mod, it can prove to be a very powerful crafting base indeed.
Okay,
You must now
okay.
choose. Do you complete all the corrupted maps and then the Nexus? Or maybe you beeline to the Nexus, complete it, and do all the remaining maps cleansed. Both have rewards to entice you and challenges to assess.
Pretty
Now,
sure we want
Let's have a
cleansing.
talk about towers.
Oh?
One thing we've had a lot of feedback on is the busy work around running towers and managing your tablets. The first change we've made here is that we have reduced the number of towers drastically.
Oh.
So there are now 1/3 as many as before, but we've made them
Okay.
much more powerful.
Make them bigger, too.
To start with, tablets now inherently add twice as many mechanics.
Oh,
But that's
what?
not all. Running
Oh,
higher tier
numerically.
maps and towers now increases the number of mechanics applied by tablets. By tier 15, the bonus is double,
Wait, what?
allowing a single tablet to now add 4 times as many mechanics as before.
Wait, what?
So, we're running far fewer towers.
Oh, and then they
dealing with
doubled it.
fewer tablets, and affecting even more maps than
28?
before.
That's
But
like most
because
of
there
the
are fewer
bubble.
towers overlapping with each other, you won't get as many opportunities to stack different tablets.
Okay.
In order to solve this, we've made it so that each tower can consume up to 3 tablets at once. You always get 1 slot on
See,
completing
4
the
slots
tower,
there.
but if you can complete a tower with more mods on the waystone, you can unlock a second or third slot.
Oh, a reason to do
This allows
6
for
mod
even more
maps.
juicing from towers, while
Okay.
drastically reducing the amount of busy work you have to do. On top of that,
Okay.
towers are much more interesting maps because they can now spawn with all mechanics, including bosses. Each tower map
What?
has a new boss.
Oh, okay.
Let's take a look at a couple here. The boss fight of the
Our
Alpine
bosses.
Ridge map has 2 powerful witches contesting for territory.
Fucking
One
Harry
witch has
and
an affinity
Voldemort.
for ice, the other fire. Who will win?
Oh, it's the
Hopefully
Bog
neither.
Witch.
The boss of the Sinking Spire map is a remnant of the Val that has been charged with
Ooh.
lightning.
He's lightning now,
It
not
uses
fire.
a full suite of lightning abilities. But be careful. If any of them hit the surrounding constructs, they will power up.
Oh.
Another thing that we've seen a lot of feedback about is sustaining waystones.
Yeah,
As we looked into it, we realized
well,
that the people who couldn't sustain waystones were dying a lot. A lot more
yeah.
than we had expected.
Well, I guess that's why they're
and
not
that made
sustaining.
us realize something.
We're
During
over-sustaining
the
early
campaign,
maps.
The expectation is that you can die multiple times in order to learn how to overcome challenges. You are able to learn how the monsters behave, adapt to their skills, and eventually overcome them. But as soon as you get to the end game, you are effectively no longer allowed to die if you want to sustain waystones.
Yeah, it's rough.
By the time you are getting towards the
Can't
end of
6
endgame,
portal this shit.
we want you to have to be careful not to die. But it certainly shouldn't be that we have such a sudden shift as you run your first maps. The first change we're making is you can now respawn and return to a map if you die.
Okay, we're back to 6 portals.
Continuing from
Okay,
where
that
you
didn't
left
take
off.
long. Right.
When you start the endgame, you get up to 6 total attempts per map.
Okay. Oh,
As
classic.
you add more modifiers to a waystone, the number of respawns goes down.
Oh.
This means that as you get to the point that you're running every
Oh.
waystone as a
Fuck.
rare,
What?
you will have to be more careful.
Okay, that's a good balance, I guess. 6 mod maps get
In
1
parties,
portal.
Everyone gets to respawn that number of times.
Oh.
But we still
So-
think it's important that you can
wait.
kill a boss in one go.
So
In
a
order
6-man
to allow
party
that to
can
happen,
go into
we've
a...
made a change so that
one
once
portal
you
map?
start the boss fight, it changes over to the same respawning system we use for pinnacle bosses. This means that the map owner can choose to respawn everyone at the same time.
Oh.
Another complaint we've
I didn't
seen a
know
lot
that.
of is players not wanting to do the pinnacle content because of the experience penalty from dying.
Yeah, it's rough.
A change we've made here is that all pinnacle content now no longer grants experience, but also no longer removes experience on death either.
Okay.
Dawn of the Hunt also brings the
You
first
sure?
batch of Twilight Order
Right.
reliquary keys from the early access supporter packs.
Oh.
These keys contain items selected by our supporters.
As in, it's
They
already...
can contain any unique item found in Path of Exile 2.
Okay, we got reliquary
If the
keys,
selected item
shinies
is a
already.
pinnacle boss drop, then only special keys dropped by this content will be able to provide these items.
Oh,
For example,
okay.
Hand
Wow,
of Wisdom
alright.
in action can only
So you
come
can't
from
get
key
around
drops by
having to
Zest.
farm bosses for boss items. Right.
We're also making a change that allows pinnacle
Good.
boss uniques to drop at any
Good
difficulty.
balance. Oh,
Rarer
excuse
uniques
me?
will be rarer at lower difficulties, but still possible to find.
Big. So
This
big.
applies to the drop charges for the reliquary keys from this content as well.
Huge.
We spoke about towers and tablets earlier, but we have also added a suite of unique tablets.
Unique tab...
Each
Why?
of these adds crazy interactions to the maps influenced by
What
it.
the fuck?
For
Unique
example,
sextants?
This
Why?
unique tablet allows you to run any map in a tower's radius without requiring connections, which can be quite useful for jumping gaps and traveling around your atlas.
Can I then continue off the
This
connection?
tablet causes all runic monsters spawned during expedition encounters to be duplicated, and weakens
Wait.
all expedition monsters that
Full
emerge from the
expedition packs.
ground. The Atlas tree has
Okay.
also been expanded, and you can find many of the new mechanics there,
Cool.
and improvements to existing ones too.
Looks the same. Okay.
Now, through this live stream, we have mentioned quite a few new crafting options that we've added. New
Essences, runes,
corrupted essences,
talismans.
fractured mods, and jewelry
fracturings.
crafting bases. But
Yeah,
we
new
did have
bases.
just one more crafting system to talk about. Recombination.
Expedition was the only in-game
For
mechanic
free?
that was lacking a crafting system, so that needed to
Okay,
change.
not for free.
Recombination is a mechanic that might be familiar to some players.
Does that use fucking
It
expedition
allows you to
currency?
merge two items together,
Oh no.
hoping to get the best elements
Oh,
of each
that's
on
good
a
for me.
single new item.
It's gonna piss
This
off
new
someone.
crafting bench will be unlocked as you complete your first expedition.
Okay, it's tied to
It
expedition.
requires
That's
artifacts
funny.
found during
Oh,
expeditions to
that's
fuel.
great.
The rarer the mods on the item you are combining, the more expensive the cost.
Oh no.
That wraps up all the major
Okay,
in-game
we get
changes we're talking
recombination
about today.
and fracturing.
With all the system changes and new
And
content, we
big
can't wait
essences.
to get in there
And
start
mini
crafting
essences.
maps and obliterating monsters.
And
There
talismans.
is one more thing we wanted to clarify before we move
That's
on.
enough for
Which is
SSF.
that all the content we've talked about today will be made available in the existing early access leagues, so you can play your existing characters. However, there will be
What?
new leagues made for those who wish to start in a fresh economy.
They're putting it
It is
in
recommended
standard?
to start over and get the full new experience in the Dawn of the Hunt leagues.
Oh, that's a great idea.
For all our
Oh, could-
existing
then no
early
one
access
can complain
players,
then.
We're really looking forward to joining you playing in this new update.
That's
For
fantastic.
those who
Oh
don't
shit, that's a good
already have
idea.
access, and are interested in playing Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt,
I might have to
you
get
are
that supporter
able to
pack
at
finally.
any time purchase an early access supporter pack at www.pathofexile2.com.
Okay.
Additionally, the Paladin and Penance supporter packs
Good
are now
first
available to
league, it
purchase
looks like.
in Path of Exile 2.
I think
Contain 6
think
microtransactions
they've cooked.
each, and
I think
the
they've
full
got the
pack's
right
face
idea.
value in points. All the microtransactions contained within these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
except for the streamer client. And we're done. Okay, fuck yeah.
I got
Damn it. Alright, good. 3 days. Fuck yes.